guys! Alright, so you have become a new demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And you have no idea how to build your first starter kit. So that's why I'm here to help you. I am Tara with Handmade with Tara, and today I'm just going to talk a little bit about some things that you should definitely put in your starter kit if you don't have them, and or if you already have them, you obviously don't need to buy them again, so you can add in some other things. So I'll just show you a couple of things that I think are like must-have items right from the get-go, okay? So I'm just going to jump right into it, and I'm going to talk about how I became a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I have been doing Stampin' Up! Since 2008, but I actually just became a demonstrator last year at the end of celebration in September. So, and it was pretty much like my upline. She said, if you're going to spend over $100, you might as well join my team. Because for $99, you get $125 worth of product, plus you get 20% discount, plus you get free shipping right on that first order. So it was just, I knew I was going to spend over $100, so I just went ahead and jumped on the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator team. And I'm so glad that I did, because I've learned so much with Stampin' Up! From then until now. It's not even been a year, and I have just gained so much, like from, you know, the demonstrator website, the first year toolkit that they give you, the business resources that they give you. Everything is just, it's so easy and intuitive, like once you get started. So, but the thing I've heard the most from my demonstrators that joined my team in May, there was a huge promotion in May, you all know. And from that, I had 4 people join my team. So I was so thrilled. Obviously, I had no idea I was going to get that kind of, I don't know, I just started, so I had no idea that I was just going to have that good of luck right off the get-go. So I'll just call it beginner's luck, let's just be real, and call it beginner's luck, which is what it was. And I will show you the things that they had no idea what to put into their welcome kit, and so I was trying to help them. Okay, so first of all, and the first thing that I would choose, like if I was starting out today and I was becoming a new demonstrator and I was building my starter kit today, the first thing that I would do is I would grab the catalog. So I would make sure I had a catalog first. Make sure you get a catalog if you don't already have one, because it's really good to be able to put your hands on this and like look through it a bunch of times, and it's got all the like numbers and the codes and everything that you need. So I would definitely start with my catalog, and then I'd open up. It has a table of contents right in the beginning. And in the table of contents, it says all of the different suites that they have. That in the suite contains, it's a bundle. So it's like every single thing that you need is in the bundles of these suites. So they have a bunch of other stamp sets as well, but the bundles is how I would tell each of my demonstrators to start off. Pick one suite that you really like, that you love, that you think that you can make some beautiful cards with. So, for example, I chose the Happiness Abounds, or the Hues of Happiness, I'm sorry, and the stamp set is called Happiness Abounds, I believe. Right, where did I put it? Happiness Abounds, yes I did. Okay, so, and on that page, so I pull it up in my catalog, I have it open, and in that suite, it will show you exactly what you need. Like, it'll tell you all the different things that coordinate together. So I open my catalog to the Happiness Abounds, and then, or from the Hues of Happiness, I'm sorry, I've said that twice now. All right, and it shows you a bunch of the different products that you can make with the suite, which I really loved, and I was drawn to the colors, I believe, the most. But then on this other page, it tells you exactly what you get with the bundled suite. So you get, well, it tells you here too. It tells you right here what you get. But it also tells you right here and shows you pictures of all the paper, of the different colors of ink that will coordinate, or the colors of blends that will coordinate. It tells you also about embellishments that coordinate. And then it has the stamp set down here, and down here at the very bottom, it tells you whether or not the suite will come with dies. So you only need dies if you have an embossing machine. And for the most part, I think when people are first starting out, maybe they don't have an embossing machine. So one of the quick things that I tell people is if you don't have an embossing machine, you don't need dies right off the get-go. I would get the rest of the suite so at least you have some coordinating things going on, and then save that extra money that you would spend on dies that you can't use right away and get some of the ink, some of the blends, some of the other things that you need that go with the suite. And so for this one, all right, let's see. It says that if you Melon Mambo, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Pool Party, Night of Navy, and Fresh Freesia Color ink all coordinate with this bundle. So the next thing I would tell you is after you get the suite, after you pick out the suite, I would tell you to get some of the coordinating colors that coordinate with that suite so that you right off the get-go will have something that matches the paper that you're going to get in the suite. So these colors are the colors that I already had, but you'd have to buy, right? That coordinate with the suite. So they go with this color paper. And also, besides the ink, you can also choose whether or not you want to add dyes in there. So these are blends that, not dyes, blends. The blends also will coordinate with the paper. Oh, I'm getting tongue-tied. So after you get your dyes, your blends, your embellishments even, here, let's see. Let's hold up this whole thing. Embellishments, okay? And your stamp set. So don't forget that. You're obviously going to get a stamp set too. All right. So obviously after that, the biggest thing that I think that you're going to need is a paper trimmer. So Stampin' Up! Has a great paper trimmer. This paper trimmer right here, it has a cut on one side and it has a score tool on the other side so that you can score paper. So if you're going to make cards, then you can score the card right down the middle and it makes that perfect crease that you're looking for. All right. And then so you have to be able to cut paper to be able to make lots of fun paper projects, right? So besides the designer series paper that you're going to get, right? You're already going to get this in the suite when you pick out whichever suite you like. Then you're going to get some white cardstock. So you always want to get some white. This is the basic white cardstock. They also have a thick white cardstock that's great too. And then you can also get other colored cardstocks as well, but I definitely recommend a base white cardstock. So next, all right, you will get in your starter kit, automatically you'll get promotional items like that are good for your business, and then you'll also get a paper pumpkin free kit. So the reason I'm telling you this is because that's a great place to start. When you feel overwhelmed and you first order that starter kit, the paper pumpkin is the first thing you should go towards. Pick out that paper pumpkin, open it up, make some cards. Because it is already laid out for you. You don't have to be creative at that point in time. You just have to see somebody else's how it's coming together. So you get your paper pumpkin box, and your paper pumpkin box is gonna look something like this, or it's gonna be red. The classic red is the usual one, but this is a paper pumpkin box. And inside the paper pumpkin box, it has everything that you need to stamp up to 9 cards, sometimes even more. So it has the ink that you need already. So you'll already have like one little ink spot at least. It also has a block in it. So you will have one clear block that you are able to stamp with. So this block, it already has one of my photopolymer stamps on it. The photopolymer stamps are just the ones that you can see right through. But this is a Stampin' Up! Block, which Stampin' Up! Also sells these, but I don't know if I would use my welcome kit for it because I know that a block comes with the paper pumpkin. So a good standard size block comes with the paper pumpkin box already. So you will get a block. And that block you can use for a bunch of different products. As soon as you start doing more projects and you need different size blocks, that's when you're going to go ahead and buy some new blocks. But okay, so in the welcome kit though, you're going to get your paper pumpkin, and in your paper pumpkin you're going to get your block. All right, so also you're going to need some kind of adhesive. So I definitely recommend in that first starter kit getting some adhesive. So yes, of course you can find adhesive at any craft store, but as soon as you decide to become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and start building your starter kit, you now are a business and you work for yourself. So you should support yourself by making sure that all of the little things that you buy go right back into your business and help you reach your quarterly minimum goals. So adhesive is one of those things that I'm like, for the longest time, I was just sort of like, I could just get that at the craft store. But honestly, as soon as I became a demonstrator, I was like, I'm going to buy for myself. So that's what adhesives. Another thing, if you don't have paper cutting trimmer, like paper cutter scissors or snips, you definitely want to grab some of these. These are wonderful. The ones that Stampin' Up! Has are perfect for cutting out paper. It's made to cut around like little flowers and different things. So it's perfect for a good starter kit. You want to make sure you have those base things that you're going to need on every single project. All right, so also I'm going to suggest that you get a Memento ink, black ink, because so many of the sentiments, like you want to make sure that you have a dark enough ink to see those sentiments on your cards or on your projects. So I would definitely recommend this. It's quick drying. You can use the blends right on top of it and it looks wonderful. So definitely I would suggest that for a starter kit right off the get-go. And then the last thing that I would definitely recommend, so we got our paper, we got our stamps, we got our block, we got our adhesive, we got our ink colors, okay? You're gonna need envelopes if you plan on making cards. So I would go ahead and grab some envelopes. The basic white medium envelopes are perfect for those first projects that you're gonna do where you're gonna make some cards. So you got your cardstock, you can cut that. Then you get your DSP, your designer series paper. That's this one again. So your designer series paper, you cut that, you put it on top of your card. Then you get your white cardstock, you stamp a sentiment, okay? You stamp that sentiment on there. Then you, after you do that, you might want to fussy cut some of the flowers from the designer series paper to put on top of that. To put on top of that white paper to like make it come alive, right? Or you can stamp the flower on and you can color it yourself with the blends, okay? So, and then the next thing that you want to do is you want to fold that card up, you put it in an envelope. You might want to decorate the envelope as well with your stamps. And then you put it in the mail and you send it to your favorite person, whoever that might be. So for me, it's my grandmother. I love my grandmother. I've been sending her cards since 2008 when I started, and she always has been super grateful, so I continue to do that. So every time I'm like, ooh, I found a new design that I love, like we just did Creativity Now, and I did some beautiful stamps with the Splendid Day Suite, and I immediately made her a card and sent her one. So, I love you, Grandma, if you're watching. So, all right. Anyway, so this is a final product that I just made yesterday. I took out all of the stamps and everything from this suite, this Happiness Hues suite, and I went ahead and I made a card. So this is one of the projects that you can make. You can do this as soon as you get that starter kit and you get going, as long as you have a suite that has all the coordinating things. And that is definitely what I recommend for starting out for new demonstrators. So when I first started, I felt overwhelmed. I feel like my team said the same exact thing. It would have been awesome if I had a video or something to send them right off the get-go of the things that I thought were important to order right off the get-go. Obviously, you can put whatever you want in your welcome kit. I got an embossing machine in mine, and it took up the whole $125. So I was very happy with my thing, but as soon as I got it, I was like, man, I really need to put in another order so I can get other things that I can use with the embossing machine. But I had wanted that embossing machine for years. So I finally went ahead and got it, and then I was like, right away, I needed to get more stuff. So, all right. So hopefully you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. I'll have more how-tos, what to do, all kinds of different tutorials on making cards, on making paper pumpkin boxes. I do live every last Friday of the month. I try to stick to that schedule so that I get to use all my cardstock and have some fun with it. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. So thank you so much for watching, and take care.